Hey, welcome back to Perfect Fit Closets. So today's lesson is going to be designing a standard L-shaped closet. So L-shaped, more of a long, skinny rectangle closet space. So you can design along one wall, and then the little back wall you would put like a shelving tower on, or a tower with drawers, and maybe hanging above or shelves above, just for extra storage. So very common design. You can come across this tons. So let's kind of get started here. Okay, so I'm going to start designing my wall. I'm going to start up here. I'm going to do around 106 inches, let's say. I'm going to bring it this way. Usually it's not too wide, so I'm going to do 56 inches. Back down 106 inches. And what was that? And just come back in whatever the door width was. Perfect. Right click. So you see I have all the designing walls I can design with, but I'm just going to choose the back wall for now. Double click on the area, double click on the tab, rename this back wall. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to find my right side of the wall. I'm going to name this right side wall or right wall. Perfect. So very explanatory when you start designing on the wall itself. So you can see in the top view, this is the doorway. Again, you can put a doorway on there if you like, but you don't need to, only if you want to go a little more elaborate, but for design purposes, it's not a big deal. So I like to design on my right wall first. You can also call this main wall if you want. So when you walk into space, it's on the right hand side. So usually I like to, and it all dictates what the client wants, but if they don't know what they want and you want to do a typical design, I would start off with a module. I can bring a tall module in. One opening is fine. I can go 14 inches deep, which is great. I'm going to go 24 inches wide on this one. Half drill, so I want to do a full drill. Full drill on the right. Bottom shelf toe kick, perfect. I'm just going to leave it somewhere in the middle here. Actually, I'm going to go a little bit to the right. So I want to do a long hang section on the right and double hang on my left. So when you walk into the space from underneath here, you're going to have a long hang section here. You walk in, this is my bank of drawers, double hang along on this wall here. So that's my design idea. So I'm going to do wall module single, drag that into place. Left panel, allow them to remove it. Right panel, I'll do full drill again. I'm going to shorten my height back up to the long hang, so it's around 27, 28 inches. And I want to put a little bit of a clearance on my right, so I want to do a 1/4 inch. My bottom shelf, I want to do a bottom shelf with rod. Other than that, everything's good to go. Hit OK. Put it right up into your tower, put it right into the wall. You just created yourself a section, 1/4 inch gap, so it's great, nice and easy. I like to build all my modules first and then start filling out the detail. I just like to do it that way first. When you have too much detail in design, you start moving walls and you start moving modules, it slows down the computer quite a bit. So I like to, I guess, finesse my modules first. So let's do a little calculations here. I want to go annotations, line to line, inside here to inside here. So there's two ways to build this module. I'm very symmetrical in designing purposes. So 53 and 1/16. So I'm just going to bring up my calculator on my phone, which I like to use. So 53 plus 1 divided by 16. Perfect. So 53.0625. I'm going to minus my 1/4 inch, which I know is going to be on my left hand side. I'm going to minus my gable, that's going to be on the left hand side, minus 0.75. I have a gable that's going to go in the middle because the space 53 is too wide. So I'm going to minus one more gable. Okay, so I'm getting 51 and 5/16, which is 3125. It equals, divide that by 2. Okay, So I'm going to, it comes out to 25.656 and change. I'm removing this panel, so I don't calculate that panel. So I'm going to go to wall module. I'm going to go right into the very edge of the corner here. Drop it there. 47 is great for a double hang. Clearance. I'm going to go 1/4 inch. 2 openings. First opening is going to be a custom width. I'm going to change it to 25.656. It'll calculate for me. I'm going to go to custom for my second opening. Change it to 25.656. It's going to go round to the nearest number. My left panel is going to be a full drill. My right panel is going to be removed. It's going to button right up into the tower. Bottom shelf, we can do bottom shelf with rod and hit OK. So it beeped at me. It didn't like it because I was exceeding the space that it wanted to. Not a problem. So if we did this again, and it may be a good habit to do this, bring that module into here. If you bring it too close, you get the horse or the magnets that are 2 of them. You don't want that. You want it on 1. Okay, so you just drag it and drop it right there. Okay, so we're going to go 2 openings again. Custom. 25.625 was the 8s. Go to custom again. 25.625. Left panel can be full drill. Right panel can be removed, of course. Bottom shelf with rod. I'm going to hit OK. So you can see that it fits in there. Perfect. So you can move it sideways, you can move up, left and right. You drag and drop it right there. Click off the screen once. Perfect. So it fit right in there, not a problem. Okay, let's talk about the back wall. The back wall, we're at 56 inches. I always like to leave minimum 28 inches. And 28 is a good number. 28 to 30 is a good number for double hang for the clothes to hang out past the gable. Gives you about 6 inches of room in between your clothes and the panel itself. Depending on the space, if you need to shrink that a little bit, by all means, but you don't want to go no less than 24. So 56 minus, let's say 28, minus another 1, I'm around 27 inches. So not a big deal. Let's put in a 24-inch unit, and let's say if the client wanted some belt hooks on the side of the gable, so you give it a few extra inches. So I'm going to be designing a tall module. I'm going to bring exactly a 24 in. I can bring a single and scale it, or just bring a 24. 1 opening, 14 inches deep, 24 inches wide, half drill, half drill. So I want the left panel can be full drill, doesn't really matter. Right panel, I want that half drill because I want it clean on the right hand side. Bottom shelf, toe kick, it's great. I can bring my left clearance 1 inch, and I'll show you why. And hit OK. Butter right into the wall. Drop it there. Automatically populates 1 inch. I got my 24-inch clearance. Right now I'm going to put in a filler. I'm going to go to parts, scroll down, find my filler, drag it into the little spot that's right there. There we go. Let it click there. Here in the top view you can see the green dot and you can see the filler. So my filler is coming in at 3 inches, but it's a 1 inch space, so the installer would cut it to the wall size. So your cabinet would be straight and your filler would be angled to the wall, or if it's straight then it's a perfect world. The reason we're using filler is because you have a baseboard. Depending on the height of your baseboard, if you have drawers, which I'm going to install on this one, down low, then your drawers won't hit the baseboard because that overlaps the panel. So I always space it 1 inch off the wall. Very common, very typical design. Okay, I'm going to go back to parts, go to shelves, and I want to bridge my shelf to connect the 2 cabinets. Bring that across, clicks it right into place, left click, drop it in. There we go. So that's the design. Okay, let's start with drawers. I'm going to start with parts, drawers. This 12.5, remember that's for file cabinet. You don't need that, just use a 12. Bring that down, click it into place. Perfect. You can use the placement tool if you like, and just make sure it's on place, not move. Make sure it's on place. You hit the up arrow key, brings another one in place. As long as they want 2 12-inch drawers. We'll bring in 8, bring it down, click it into place, and I'm going to copy that one up in there. So right now, you can see for line to line, you can go from here to the very bottom. We're at 41 inches. Perfect height, that's great. I wouldn't want to go higher than that, and lower you can shrink a little bit if you like, but it's not a big deal. Go to my parts, shelves, fixed shelf, bring it down, click it into place. That unit is complete. Now I just need some adjustable shelves in there if that's what they require, but this is a common design. 3 shelves is a great number. You don't want to put too many in because it does add cost. And just to finish this unit off, I mentioned we want a belt rack, so categories, accessories, pull-outs, and I want a belt rack. So belt rack, right hand side. Oh, sorry, wrong side there. There we go, left side there. Okay, if you bring it nice and close to the gable, you can bring it up and down, but a nice height right about there is perfect. You can right click on the item, go to attributes, go to variables. You can open that item if you like, and hit OK. So it looks good on the design. Other than that, that is complete on this side. Let's go to right wall. I'm missing my closet rods above. So accessories, rods, oval rod, drag and drop them in place. Another one, bring that one in there. Okay, I want to go to my categories. I want to bring some drawers back in again. Drawers, oh, bring a 12-inch, bring it down, click it in place. Use my placement tool. I want to copy and mirror the other side. So bring a couple 8 inches in now. Bring it down. Duplicate it. Go back to parts, shelves, fixed shelf. Bring that in. It's nice and lined up. Looks good. Adjustable shelf. Again, it's going to bring 3 adjustable shelves back in. Super quick, super slick. And one more shelf for my long hang section. Great. Other than that, I could put in another belt rack here if I wanted to, because it is a long hang section, but I don't really need to on this one, only if the client's requesting it. Because this is mounted against the wall, I don't need any further cleats because it's all hung by the top. The bottom is pinned into the wall on the side, so that's fine. There's nothing that needs to be structured there. And a back wall, I have my filler, so that's going to hold that into place. If you wanted to, just to be safe, parts, cleat connect to fixed shelf, put it underneath there. Now that's secure 100%, but once you connect it, that will be secure as well. So it's not a real big problem. And then let's go into our items. Items, options. Okay, let's go to global. Let's change the entire, so I want chrome for the finish, so it's perfect. It's already polished chrome. So the finish of the entire project, it's TFL, that's great. Typically it's white, but let's change it to white ash, something that has a little bit of color to it, a little bit of texture. Price does increase, so keep that in mind. White is the cheapest. Door profile, Euro is always best for price points, if we can get it up into thermofoils. So let's go Lancaster, make it nice looking. Pull option, Change your pull option to whatever you want. Again, the fancier the looking, usually the more expensive it is. I like the 9635 128. That's my go-to. Good price point, good looking, nice and sleek and slender. And then the finish of the TFL and the finished TFL, I want the white ash. Slide options, I want undermount soft close slide, so that's perfectly fine. My rods, I want oval rod, closet oval rod, chrome, so that's already standard. Other than that, edge banding, everything's good, everything looks great. I'm going to hit OK. Everything changes on site. And go to my 3D perspective. Open it right up. You can see it's a bit of a darker color, it's quite nice. Okay, so it's really hard to take pictures of this. Like, how do you take a picture? You can take a top view, which is great, so you can, make sure you zoom in like that before you take your high resolution picture by hitting the camera button. But let's kind of brighten up the room a little bit again. So go to the light bulb, hit scene. Let's make it a little bit brighter, 60. Go to the wheel here. Ceiling can be visible, that's fine. Oh, sorry, let's go to the back of the light bulb. Ceiling here. You can click 40 watts, make it not too bright. You can move the light bulb in the middle of the room to have a good, so if you have it too like this, it's too much. Right? If it's too washy like that, you can take the light bulb off. So it's kind of really quickly playing around with it, seeing kind of what look you want. And then you can do a high 3D render of that right now. Or back to the design. Go to your top view. Left click on the wall. Right click on properties. Wall 1 is picked already. Reduce the height to 1 inch. Okay, go back to your 3D view. Now you can get a real good view of what that's going to look like. So you can get the Lancaster drawers. You can see how everything is really jagged and sharp looking. So what we can do is just take a quick 3D render of it. Takes a little bit of time to populate. My computer is a bit older, so please keep that in mind. Here it comes. Click on the window. Oh, so the reason it didn't come out very clear looking is because, so click off of that, hit the wheel, and hit high resolution. Okay. Click on the camera again. The higher the resolution, the slower the render takes, of course. It's trying to produce a better picture, so it just takes a little bit of time. So sometimes your rendering can take as long as your designs once you have a bigger render. So please keep in mind. But other than that, it should go pretty good for you. So you can see the lines are a lot crisper, a lot cleaner. It's a really good image of what you're actually getting. The client can see the whole patterns. Super clear, super nice design tool. You can see the Lancaster drawers. You can see the handles, nice sleek handles. You can see the belt rack that's been pulled out. So click on the image again, the camera. Find your design. So you can manipulate your design and what you want. And file, save the pictures. And then recreate your design and put it into the quote tool. For quoting purposes, please check out the video on quotes. And other than that, that's a very common design for a walk-in closet for an L shape. You can reduce the price. So drawers always add the most cost, of course. There's lots of components inside each one. So if you're pricing against other people and the client wants super cheap, I would X out these drawers, put in some more shelves, maybe not put the filler, put the cabinet right against the wall, Don't put the belt rack, of course. Maybe do 2 shelves instead of 3. And the handle is a pretty good price point already. So yeah, so anyways, less material, less price. It kind of makes sense. Alright, thank you very much.